Happy Sunday. Saturday was a tale of 2 days. Let's talk some freaking baseball. I prepared three slips for you guys, and I freaking love them. We're gonna cash them all. So let's get right into it. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Keystone. Do me a quick favor, guys, before we even get into the good stuff, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely do that. We call it kind of the housekeeping. Basically, it's just a way to, throw like a dime in my tip jar for preparing this awesome free pick, high quality video that we're about to cash on. Now, we had our hearts broken in a lot of ways yesterday. So when I said it was a tale of 2 days, I really meant it. I have VIPs that are just on the books, and then some of them will, when I send out DFS slips, they can go, work around that. So I guess it's really not divided, but we had a good night on the books. This was on the back of it. This is like a little over 2-unit win here, a little UFC parlay. We've profited. We got our asses kicked 2 Saturdays ago. I mean, we lost every slip. I literally mean like every slip on the books. It was the first time I'd lost in UFC in over a month. It was just a bloodbath last Saturday, or not last Saturday, the 2 Saturdays ago. And then all we did from that point on was profit every single day. And I mean, we went absolutely nuclear on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that week. So I'm expecting to do that. Today was actually the first day we didn't profit on the VIP since 2 Saturdays ago. As wild as that is, I'll show you why. A lot of good reads. It's a couple bad ones by me. It is what it is. Some of the good luck we had yesterday, maybe the day before even, it went against us today. So we did hit this one on the books. This was nice. Your boy called a plus 700 home run call. Just a little research, found a hot hitter. He's going to be involved today in our free pick, or one of them. This was the one I gave you guys for free. So Eduardo obviously got it done. And then Bailey Ober, I mean, you guys tell me, his team had just gone up with a 3-run lead, and he was only sitting at I think right around 80 pitches, and they didn't let him come back out. I was like, what the actual must have been matchups or something. I don't know, but he wasn't pitching bad. He only gave up 1 run, for Christ's sakes. So it is what it is. I mean, it just sucks because I felt like if we would have got that, if he would have came back out with that 3-run lead, only 80 on the pitch count, I feel like this should have hit. So that sucks. Yeah, so we had a lot of slips just like this. I don't know if I can make that bigger or not, but it's 2 out of 3, guys. It's green, 2 out of 3. Like literally, we needed 3 shots. He got 2. Same thing here. We needed 2 bags. Matt Olson only got 1. He came up bottom of the 9th, team down, had a chance to do something, drew 4 straight balls. So he walked. So obviously, I knew right then we were cooked. It just sucks, when you get all these other good reads and you're right there on the hook. Same thing with this guy. I want to talk to you guys about this slip. See, and you guys know I show you the slips every day. Even when we miss, I'm usually on target. You don't often see me have an 0 of 3 slip. It does happen, but this is what happens a lot to us, especially when I kind of go into slumps. This is what seems to happen. There was probably not a better factor of all the factors. The guy was 2 for 4 the day before, hit a homer. Great track record against I forget who the pitcher was. It was like 6 of 9 lifetime. Hit a ball to the freaking warning track, man. And there was good conditions in that park too. So you can't even say if this was summertime. If summertime, it probably would have went out. But this was probably, honestly, if you're just talking data, this is probably one of the top plays on the board yesterday. 100%. Nathaniel Lowe. And he just didn't get it done. So it is what it is. We had some other hockey slips. Now, when you see this right here, it's important you guys understand something. These correlate extremely well. So I kind of read the game right. This guy just got a shot late, and that one shot that this guy got was also the reason this goalie went over. So if he just didn't get that shot, this would have cashed for 10x. It's that close sometimes, razor thin. Shows you how sharp these lines are. Look at this. Great read down here, though. Nobody had Boston beating Carolina today. I know some guys that thought it was going to go the other way. So it's a little similar here. This goalie ended up going over. I thought he actually stayed under, but for a while there. And somehow Carolina let this guy get 3 shots in the last, 24 minutes of the game when they were up. This guy's the team that's up 4 goals. Usually it doesn't work like that in hockey, guys. Usually the team that's trailing a lot of times is the one getting the shots on goal because they got to try to catch up, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why today went the way it went. And yeah, so like I said, make sure you sub to the channel. And guys, I made a new playlist right over here. You guys should come check this out. Client success stories. There's 3 interviews in here with Amon, Benito, and Mike. So definitely take the time to check those out. I'm telling you right now, we're trying to build a community here at SBAA. That's what we're doing. And I love talking with these guys. I love setting picks. I love talking sports, just plain and simple. So let's bounce back today. I got a bold prediction. We're literally going to hit all 3 of these slips. I'm giving you guys 3 of them today. Kind of doing it a little different. Let's see. They're all right here. So they're all going to be on chalkboard. And good luck finding these lines just about anywhere else. You might find it here or there, but good luck. I'm telling you guys, you got to get on chalkboard if you're serious about MLB. They are probably the best because you can find anything you want. You can't always correlate it the best like you can on Dabble. They let you do it, but it kind of lowers the payout a little bit. But when you're talking just pure finding any freaking statistic you can practically think of, chalkboard has the most lines. So help your boy out when you sign up. Use promo code SBAA. Just use the link below. Make sure it says promo code SBAA. I do appreciate anyone who does that. It helps support the channel and what we're doing here, trying to provide free winning picks and, of course, to all the VIPs as well. So let's get into the first slip. It's going to be the pitchers. So I really like this line right here. I think it's funny because this one's 1.58, right? I think I feel the other one I like a lot too. It's tough, but I like them both. So if we come look at Sandy, this is juiced at negative 150, highly likely 2025. Not a lot of data going back, but if we come look at the baseball saving over here, and we come to this game, I think it's one of the first games of the day, actually. I thought it was right here. Okay. So you're looking at a lifetime. This is a huge sample size, too. 141 plate appearances, 28% strikeout rate. That's pretty good, And then there's, like I said, they didn't have a ton of data on this guy. So I really feel that if we can get to roughly about 4.2 innings pitched, I feel like we're going to hit this play. Ozuna has kind of had his number, and Albies, that's solid 282, but Ozuna's really kind of had his number. Michael Harris, so it seems like, they're different. They don't bat the same anyways. Arcia's kind of been in a slump, but he's been okay too. Small sample size. But Olsen and Riley, they're power hitters, big strikeout guys. Look at Riley, struck out 14 times in 34 plate appearances. Olsen 6 and 18. So, the strikeout rate with those two in particular, pretty high. Austin Riley really hasn't kind of got it going yet. So there's that too. So I really like this. I think the line is probably right where it should be, but it's juiced for a reason. You'd have to have a push line or something. I was trying to see if we could find that game. Where the heck is it? So if we look right here at 2025, he's got 11 Ks and 9.2 innings pitched. That's good. That's good stuff. It's over a K an inning. So that's what I'm saying. If we can get 4.1, 4.2, not even 15 outs, I feel like we're going to hit this. And I'll tell you what, the Braves, they went right back to being bipolar today. I mean, I thought they were busted the slump the other day against Max Meyer. Nope, that definitely wasn't the case. So pick number 2, Martin Perez. He's a White Sox now, but I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, he was a Tiger last year. In fact, if you look, or no, maybe he was a Pirate. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, yeah. So I thought he might have been a Tiger, but yeah, I guess he was with the Pirates last year. I thought there might have been a little revenge narrative here, but yeah. So you can see the hit rate's kind of all over the place. It's 50%, 40%, last 5, 60%. But you look at the head-to-head, you got 5 and you got 7. Now, these were both last year, obviously. But there is a little bit of data here. We had 8 innings pitched. He pitched really well, 6.1. Those are great signs to hit 5 strikeouts, even for a real K kind of guy. And, he's got a little bit of a mixed arsenal, a cutter, a four-seam. So this guy doesn't even throw a lot of four-seam fastballs. Now, a sinker and a cutter are like a version of a fastball. A lot of people call this like a two-seam. It just basically sinks a little bit at the very, like at the, not at the release point, but as it's traveling, right? So it's a good strikeout pitch a lot of times. And then these off-speed pitches, that's where a guy like Perez gets it done. And if you look at these K rates from this current lineup of the Tigers, Torkelson is a strikeout machine. He either gets a hit or he strikes out. So you're looking at like a 42% hit rate, K rate here, 44% against this pitch. So I'm expecting Perez to get some Ks with the off-speed stuff. I think that's how he's going to find his way to success. Also, for whatever reason, it looked like Kerry Carpenter, who's by far their best hitter, him and Riley Green are both pretty good, but Kerry Carpenter's been hot, and I don't know if he got hurt or something, but I didn't see him on the projected lineups. So if he's out, I really like this play even more, to be honest with you. So I think it's a good, like we look at the track record, like I mentioned, you're really good innings pitched last year against this same squad. On top of that, I just want to show you guys. Let me pull this up right here. It's this one. So right now, the Tigers are striking out a little over 10 per game, right? And then the Braves are almost right there, 9.6. So we have two top 10 matchups. We have a top 5 matchup. We have a top 10 matchup. So, yeah, everything screams to me. This is a plus money play. I almost feel just as good about this as I do this, even though these odds say otherwise. Just so you guys know, on Chalkboard or Sleeper, when you see these numbers, basically the way you got to view this, like 1.78x is like a pick'em. That's like an even money. That's where Sleeper or Chalkboard think that's like, it literally is 50-50. So when you get one that's 1.58, that means it's juiced. They think that's likely to happen. When it's 2.0 or higher, that's definitely a plus money play. So we're going to take the chance on this one. I put a half unit to win at 3.24. Take a screenshot. Let's move on to the next one I got. We're going to touch up on some hitters, and then I'm going to give you guys a home run lean as well. So I only put $10 on this play, and, if that's what you usually bet on something, maybe just throw a couple bucks on this for fun. It's just something I cooked up for you guys. I think it's got a good shot. Very simple. Look, Fernando Tatis, he's been hot. He's batting like 400 on the year. This is to get the first hit of the game. Decent track record against, I can't remember who the pitcher was, to be honest. Let's go take a look. It was, where's this San Diego game? No, that's not it. That's not it. Man, this one starts later than I thought, I guess. Oh, it was Ben Brown. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a small sample size, 10 plate appearances, but Machado had some success. Tatis is actually 0 for 2, but here's the thing, guys. He's been hot, and he's literally on the road, meaning when you're the road team, you're the first guy that goes to bat, and he is the leadoff hitter for the San Diego Padres. So to get this kind of odds for a lower wager than what you normally bet, I think it's worth it. And then we paired it with Riley Green because he has had a decent amount of success. Plus, he's simply just been hot. If we come look, this is where I kind of like to go for my hits. I start here. I simply go down the list, last 5 games, and I see who's hot. And, I check the plate appearances, of course, too, because you see this guy's only had 2. So 1 for 2, that don't really count. I need guys that are starters. And Riley Green was on this list, I thought. I know he was up here. Oh, right here. Yeah, okay. So he's had 10 hits in his last 22 at-bats. That's rocking. You just stay in the flames when a guy's hot in baseball. So that's play number 2. It's 10 to win 52.50 on this one. So, nice little – basically, if this hits and one of the other ones fails, this pretty much covers it. So, or close to it anyways. And then the third one, also going to be a couple hitters. I don't know why we're getting this kind of odds on this. I went and did a lot of research now. And if you guys remember, I had him to hit a home run today. I gave it out. And one of my VIPs actually sent me a photo, and like he didn't have the sports book. So he got all creative on DraftKings pick 6, used my pick and said, I'm going for this. He turned 25 into 585. It was actually his birthday. It was Mike, the guy I did the interview with. And then he took one of the other lines that they didn't have, like it was like Volpe for an RBI or something. But it was all these guys. I said, hey, I like these guys in the VIP, or they were already in slips. Nobody you know on the internet came at YouTube today or told the VIPs to set Trent Grisham for a home run. No one except me. So I do the research. I know my stuff. I stay on the trends, guys. I've been watching baseball a long freaking time. So, Tatis 0 for 2, whatever. We'll get over it. But if we come look at Trent Grisham, man, geez Louise, right off the bat, this guy right here, he's on this list too. Look at this. Last 5 games, 12 at bats, 6 hits, batting 500. Oh, 3 jacks, 7 RBIs in that time span. And guess what? Let me show you actually. Where's that Yankee game at? Yankees. Oh, there it is. Okay. So he's only faced Andrew Heaney 1 time. You can see it all the way down here. One at bat, 1 hit, 1 home run. So the conditions aren't nearly as good today for home runs. That's why I was on it so much yesterday at PNC Park when I was telling you guys that. I remember saying Judge. I don't know if I mentioned Grisham to you guys or not, but we ended up taking like 3 Yankees to try to get homers. Yeah, and Grisham got it done. So that's going to be play 1 on this, and that's a really good 1.81 line for a guy that's literally 3rd in batting average over his last 12 at bats. He's hot, so we're going to stay in the Flames. They may even move him up in the order a little bit because he's been so hot. He's been batting 8th, 9th. Who knows? He might come up to 5th or 6th. We'll see. And then Devers. Devers has had a tale of 2 seasons. He was really cold in the very beginning, couldn't do anything, and now the last 3 games he has absolutely gotten hot. If we go pull him up on RotoWire, let's find that Boston game. So right off the bat, anytime you get a righty on the mounds, you want to fire up Rafael Devers when he plays at home. It's that simple. So you can see these first, 5 games, 0 hits, okay? Just over. And then all of a sudden, right here, 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI, 1 for 2, and then 2 more hits. That's 5 hits in his last 3 games. So he's clearly turning it up. I like, sticking with guys that are hot. And yeah, let's go check out that matchup because it looks really good actually. So where's that Boston game at? Is that the top? Yeah, it must be at the top. Let's see here. Okay, so he gets Palante, who is a righty. Palante has actually had pretty good success against the Sox, except for Rafael Devers, 1 for 3. I thought it was actually 2 for 3, but whatever. 1 for 3. Anyways, guys, I think that's all I got for you. I'll show you some ballpark stuff right here real quick, and then I'll show you. Probably don't have a home run picked yet. I'm looking for some data. I would really like Brent Rooker if it was a lefty on the mound, but it's not today. Forget the dude's name that's pitching, but he's all right. And then Sears is a lefty for the A's, and who knows how he'll pitch. But you can see a little bit of juice on the home run, but they think this has a lot of extra base hit potential and run potential. That's a huge boost. So the over-under is set at 10.5. If you drag that down to like 8.5, because Sears is a pretty good pitcher, but it's still Coors Field. You just never know. Sears actually pitched pretty damn well the second half of last season. So 30% run boost based on conditions. Just keep that in mind. I really like if you just take that total down a couple and then parlay it with one other, like what you think is a really good pick. So, you can look at pitching matchups. Like I can just give you guys a quick idea of one. You guys hear that thunder rattling? Man, it's just nonstop, man. I had to get in the storm shelter again tonight with Bella for like 20 freaking minutes, man, till the threat kind of passed, but it never materialized. I think there was one that get touchdown nearby, but never over here. So, but their town siren just kept going off. Like it was definitely potential. So I just played it safe. Got in there with Bella Boo. So yeah, I think this is a big mismatch. Marte is hurt though, but Corbin Burns, he's a pretty good pitcher. And they kept this guy's lines away from us, kept a couple guys' lines away from us, kept the Angels game away from us. They're keeping Seattle, San Francisco away from us. I was going to show you guys some walk lines I liked. Yeah, but I think whoever it is on the mound for the Nationals, I think this is probably going to be a pitching mismatch. So, you know, taking Diamondbacks like plus, you know, I'll show you guys a way to do this real quick. This is what I like to do on the books right here. So it's over under 10.5. So what you do, you come over to game lines. Sorry, my allergies going crazy. And you just bump this down to like 8.5 and then take the over, because the lines are usually pretty sharp and this gives you a fat edge, 220. And then you come back to MLB and then you say, hey, you know, I really think that, well, the Yankees are probably a good bet tomorrow too against Andrew Heaney. I don't know enough about Will Warren to really trust him though. And, you know, the Braves, they're 1-8, man. I can't back them. But I think this Diamondbacks, you can see it's pretty juiced, negative 180 on the money line. What does that pay? Plus 126. So what I would do, even just to play it safer, because if they're that big of favorites, if they end up losing the game, it'll probably only be by a couple runs. So you could literally take the Diamondbacks for like, what's plus 1.5? It's pretty juiced, actually. It's not too bad. I mean, that's where I honestly like to set bets on parlays, like negative 125 ish. So that means you could put like 3 units down to win 2.5, basically. So I think that's actually a pretty strong bet. I might end up sending that out to the VIPs. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you. Let's cash some slips. You got 3 of them today, trying to give a little boost. Hopefully they all cash. The $10 ones kind of, you know, whatever. I mean, if I'll tell you right now, if Tatis doesn't get it done on his first at bat, that's a dead slip. But let's cross our fingers and hope he does it. Peace.